The gulls are out. I mean, hi. This is the not yet titled Monday stream. I am Ryan. It is Immaterial Gamers. And the title screen you see behind me is Esoteric Ebb. Described as a disco light. Like disco-like. Developed by Christopher Beauregard. And something I saw, and I'll say it, I saw it on an episode of Skill Ups This Week in Video Games, in their section titled, Put This on Your Radar. Well, it hit my radar. It pinged, hey look, you liked Disco Elysium, Ryan, you liked playing a character that was accidentally a fuck-up. Or intentionally a fuck-up, depending on how you do it. Let's do it in a fantasy setting instead. So, Dungeons and Disco, baby. Let's get into this. Yeah, you play as a dude, and you're trying to solve a quest. From what I saw on, I tried to keep myself as blind as possible into this. An incident happens, and it's your job to investigate it. And you either succeed or fuck up hilariously. Right, what have we got? So let's see. So let's have a look. What do we have here? So there's proficiencies. We can randomize the proficiencies. Pre-built proficiencies. So we can always look at those. What have we got? So there's we are the cleric. And I can look at these. So what have we got here? Primal cleric. What is the nature of a man? Proficient in wisdom and strength. We've got the trickster cleric. Don't keep your fingers to yourself. Proficient in dexterity and charisma. The scholar cleric. A loner, a thinker, a man of ideas. Intelligence and wisdom. Beefy cleric. Yes, more apples. Apple boy. Constitution and charisma. Proficient in charisma, even though it is their weakest stat. And unstable cleric. They should bow before your ego, charisma, and dex focused. And then you get background focus as well. You know what? I might find something funny about being a really charismatic cleric, but then otherwise no good at anything else. And that's a Martin Sneezy. So there's something. I think there's going to be something funny. I'm going to make an unstable cleric. Let's go with that. With their background focus, a little weirdo. We can find information about all these as well. Okay, so every shepherd knows a song. Strength measures your natural bodily prowess. Well, -2. -2 to strength. Dexterity +4 though, you know, that's something. To prevent the innocent, to lead the weak, to sacrifice until nothing but your bones hit the pavement, to literally die. Nope, that's not it. Dex though, here we go. Oh shoot, I accidentally turned off my proficiency. There we go. Dexterity measures natural reactivity. Yeah, it's that feeling of self-preservation. When everything falls apart around you, to grab as much as you can while the grabbing's good. To progress towards a new future full of freedom so those who look out for themselves can prosper and survive. I promise you no one else will. Thank you very much there. And then we've got charisma, which I'll put my proficiency back on. Here we are. A smooth talk your way into any position of your liking. You can be affiliated with any known faction or thought. Reality is moulded around your will like a chameleon. Become a social operator. Become anything you need to make everyone finally love you. That will be a task. Here we go. Here you go. With high charisma, you get an automatic discount in stores near you, in select stores near you. Alright. In every conversation, say the right thing. Say whatever gets people to like you and become an apolitical force of nature. Be arguably sociopathic. Yeah, that sounds right. So if I actually look that for dexterity uses there. With enough dexterity you can steal anything, pick locks and sneak and dodge traps and roll initiative and react quickly as a dashing rogue. Become rich as a Republican revolutionary. Just run away, dummy. Yeah, I think we're definitely sticking with this. Yeah, we're gonna stick. High dexterity collect votes for the revolution. Freestyles collects piles of shiny coins. Acts first in every encounter. Avoids trouble before. Okay. Is dirt poor? Very embarrassing if you're a low dex cleric. However, whether we have a high charisma cleric, votes for whatever makes him popular, was socialised as a child, knows what to say to win favours, can actually flirt with somebody, loves to mind control people, sees truth as a suggestion, has no Well, since everyone else is going to say it, I'll do it ahead of time. Ginger, no soul, unstable cleric, perfect for me. Let's do it. 5 days until the first ever election. An explosion erupts at the heart of the city. No one wants to deal with it, so they send you. The weakest cleric in Norvig. Yay! Albeit one with blah 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 blah. Complete your quests in any order. Don't be afraid to make interesting choices. And remember to always play the winning side. The campaign will take you from level 1 to 6. We'll play for about 5 to 8 sessions. It's been a journey to put this together. I hope you have a good time. Chris. And you're unstable? Right, sure. I'll expect the worst. Go wild, buddy. Okay then. Oh yeah, I should say this is based on this. If what I did read, this is based on the dev's own homebrew campaign. So I expect this to go sort of crazy. Ooh, a drop. Loop. Oop. Jaw. Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What is your name? Ah, intelligence, DC 8, success. Ragan. Your name is Ragan. Close? Close, game. If you just swapped the G for a Y and then flipped the 2 letters around, you'd get Ryan. That would work. And in your statement of DC 14 success, and in your statement of citizenry, Ragan Hemlin. Oh, thanks, Dex. Ragan, is that it? Don't think you're called that very often. Oh, thanks, charisma. Yeah, get the hell in there. All right, no, you're not. You know what? I've determined that doesn't sound right. Ragan? Doesn't sound right. Fuck. Strength failure. No one calls you by your name. Yeah, nobody likes you. Boo-hoo. Oh, that's hitting a bit close to home. What? Actually, fuck off, wisdom. Actually, your real name is Eric. No, hold on. It's CL Eric or something similar. Cleric. No, stop this ridiculous behaviour. Your name was asked. It is Ragan. Wait. Thank you, Dex. Didn't they used to call you Dickass? No, Dex. No, they didn't call me Dickass. It was Ass Dick. That one time in the bar. That one time in the tavern, you know. We played Pin the Tail on the donkey and... Well, clearly I decided to pin the tail on someone else's frontal tail. So, you know. So, my name is... Yes, speak it. It is not Dick-ass Rogue. I think we're going to go with the based off this. CL Eric. No! Hold on. What does CL stand for? You answer. Another question from the darkness. What is your occupation? Wait, is this what is this? An interrogation? What's an occupation in this context? Ah, thanks, Dex. This is for sure about your job. You know, the job. Hi, Constitution. Your class. Tell the voice about your class. Class? What class am I? Constitution, come on now. Upper class. You're a great spellcaster who will rule the world one day. Really, Intelligence? That sounds nice. Not sure any answer is good here. Just go with whatever works in the moment. You're a high-class scoundrel. The best of the best. And awful at everything. I'm a goddamn wizard. Gods be damned, you are. I've just received a class conflict. Interesting. Gods be damned, you are. It takes a while before the next question is posed. What is your current goal? Goal? Would be nice to get out of this dark pit for one. With your gift, you can easily take control one day. The Goblin Chieftain. She needs you. To find the Goblin Chieftain? Is that right? You know it to be true. No reply. No feedback. Then the voice asks, what is your political affiliation? I'm expecting this thing to ask me in a minute, what is the speed of a swallow? I'm in the void, Martin. There is no... I was trying to go Holy Grail. You decided to go Brazzers. Anyway, European or African political affiliation. The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. This is a setup. Has to be. It is the Azaglists. Yes, they are decent. Possibly. It is the duty of the powerful to lead. That is you. No one else. We've moved beyond the bounds of dictators. We are free to make our own choices thanks to the revolutionary freestriders. Elections are exhausting. It hides in the back of your skull a fact that you are bound to be a nationalist. And it frightens you. The pressure. Now, I remember from my character creation, it said maybe I should be looking at, you know, the free striders was my thing, but you know that was a charisma check, so you know. Election week. Peace, prosperity, and fraternity. We're going to be rich. The voice is fading. This is the end. The final question. How did you die? Now's your chance. Break free. There we go. I fell into divinity. She took me home. I am not dead. Game by Christopher Beauregard. Oh yeah, I look dead. I look pretty dead. Published by Raw Fury. Sound design by Isaac Johnson. Music by Anders Bach, Brian Batts, and Christian Paulson. Illustrations by Oscar Westberg. Artwork by Jonathan Nielsen, Olaf Adja, Paulina I love that Western Home. Oh no, God, programming by... Oh God, no. No! Bernard's watch! Get back here! No. I better not actually be dead. That'd be a pretty short game otherwise. Esoteric Ebb. What the hell was that, shrimp? You know what? I think it's safe to say I'm dead. Day 1, March 22nd, 27 PE. A fresh start. I've only got 4 HP. I better get up. Your body aches. It's stiff, as if you slept for days. Don't sleep in the armor, dumbass. Ready for the quest to continue. Let's check my stuff. What stuff? Your hands dart around your pouch and uniform. Panic. Sweat. No spellbook. No mace. Face it, you've been robbed. Your legs shake. Tears begin to form. Deep breaths. Your belongings are surely here somewhere. Let's have a look around. A circular stone chamber. A storage for apples and corpses. Those piles of apples. Is this Tolstad? I see. Apples and corpses. Get the fuck out of here. Now. Alright, well, let's go find out what's this about a quest. Oh, we gained a hit point. Oh, yes. A quest. Interact with highlighted words to receive a glossary entry. No, where's Tolstad gone? Earth be blessed. Oh, good. DC 1. Earth, your god. I don't know, do I remember everything? Not sure. Do you have some sort of amnesia? No. Well, alright, cool. I remember what I need to remember. Fair enough. Just remember it. Your thoughts are scattered. But your memory is intact. Okay, alright, what's the quest again? You got a job. The tea shop job. Tea shop job? Yep. The tea shop that blew up. Oh, what? It's like it was really popular. As in it blew up in popularity, right? Easy job. You'll be done in a day or two. Okay. Wait, how much time do I have? Until the election. Duh. Which is in 5 days. Time only advances when you make new choices in dialogues. Okay. Just a job. So I've done this before. Well, maybe not this particular type of job. Your previous experience lies more in some basic Earth Guard militia service, as well as a few years at the Towers. The Towers, the home base of the Order of Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as the OACN. OACN. Nobody calls it that. Rogue sorcery was not your main subject, but yes, you've read a lot about these types of fiery events. Yep, okay, fiery events, cool, good to know. They are not too common these days, however, this incident does not appear overly complex. Okay, well, I can afford another minute to ask a quest. I like those. I shouldn't have asked. They are dangerous. You might not make it. Okay, so to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. More or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. There's also bullshit politics involved here. You'll love it. Yes, let's finish the job. Damn right. You'll do great. Now get going. Okay, cool choices. Alright, but first you feel dizzy. What? I just lost 4 HP. Come on now. You feel dizzy. The weight of the Earth Guard uniform. A dull pain takes hold. Your body aches. Its contents rotting. You must consume an apple. Now. There are many apples here. And corpses. Corpses? What the hell is this place? Just take it easy. You might have failed at getting the first 200 or 300 people to like you, but you've got 500,000 other folks to fool in this city. How bad am I at my job? It is with utmost confidence that you know, eventually, someone has to love you. This is hurting here and here. If your stats are high enough, chimes will appear in your mind, okay? They will suggest, inform, and offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. Love me? Well, gain 5 XP. Woo! Let's aim for stand your presence right for now. Fucking hell. Okay. As you do. Oh, I rub my temples. As you do, your fingers touch upon cold steel. It is covering your entire head. Colloquially known as a helmet. Oh, can I take it off? No! DC 20. Okay. Yes, I won't. I wouldn't do that. Dex failure. Alright. Like ripping off your own face. Not a good idea. Not yet. Can't wait till you do. Yeah, thanks, Charisma. Nice to see one of the voices in my head. You know. Cares. Alright, so. How do we move around? Okay. WASD. Right, so there was this, the questing tree. Here we go. So I had, what did I have? Class conflict. As of now, you have said one single time that you are a wizard. Which you are. Despite the get-up, your true talent lies within the arcane. Obviously. Okay. And then my other quest here, what did I have here? The tea shop that blew up. Your purpose on Tolstad is to investigate an exploded tea shop. Ah, so it didn't blow up in popularity. Okay. Locate this establishment and gain entry. Got it. Election week. The first ever election in Norvikian history will take place in just a few days' time. What will you vote for? You've mentioned 3 strata talking points at least one single time, as any modern man would. Okay, and in my inventory, well, I have my helmet. Practically your face. Do not take it off. Good to know. And in my journal. Okay, so I've got a map. A little bit, it's a couple of goblin gardens. Okay. And my spellbook. I have cure wounds. First level evocation, casting down 1 bonus action. Okay, yeah. Creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom ability modifier. Oh no. Wait. That might not be good. Well, anyway, what's this? It's trifle. Oh! An apple and some crowns. Hold on, let me consume this apple. Sweet. What else can I do with this? It's a corpse under a blanket. You stare. Oh god, I've spent time. You stare at a blue rag. It's draped over the outline of a someone. Human. Male. Over 40. Human. Tall and beautiful, like yourself. Known as a pest of the coast by those who are less inclined to reproduce like rabbits. The coast, also known as Jaws Realm. Was that yours realm? It is a strip of land divided into 8 bands. The further inland you go, the closer you get to the infinite wastes. It is theorized to be a ring or a half sphere due to the bend of the horizon. And the infinite wastes, starting at approximately 1,000 or so miles from the coast, depending on various factors, this land is inhospitable, unexplorable, and frankly cursed. Each band has its own favour of this waste. I can't waste a minute of my time to ask a corpse, "Sir, you can't sleep down here." But I'm going to. No response. Give it up. Nothing to gain here. Curious behaviour to lie perfectly still under a blanket like this. Perhaps he requires assistance. Well, we've got to check under the rag, right? Underneath you find the cold corpse of a human. Looking over him you find hair, pale skin. He's got a beard too. And he was alive once. Mid-40s, factory worker, Ascani blood. His complexion shows nearly no decay, most likely under the effect of a preserving spell. Yeah, this guy looks fresh, like he could just sit up and talk to you. DC tutorial. The DC of a dice choice is determined by how challenging that roll will be for you. As you select... okay, so DC 10. I have a +2 to intelligence, so let's be honest, a roll an 8 or... because I assume it's going to be meet it and beat it, right? If you select a die choice, then roll a 20-sided die. If you get the same or higher as the DC, it says it in the bloody instructions, right? Read. Then you succeed in that roll. So yeah, I need an 8 or higher. I mean, come on. What can go wrong? Oh, nat 20. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, who's the best? Who's the best cleric in Norvik? Okay, and does he know me? Eh? There's something strange here. This is no regular gentle repose. Gentle repose, 2nd level necromancy spell, keeps a corpse from decaying. Let's lean in and look closer. Signs of being either a hard worker or a careless worker. Litter his skin. Cause of death appears to be not directly visible. No blunt trauma either. Considering his age and the shape of his body, this man most likely died of a common disease or internal failure. Yeah, that's pretty broad and vague. Unless you're willing to start cutting, that's all you'll get. Except... okay, what? There's also a marking on the right leg. A circle with a cross inside it. You recall that is the marking of PR. Potential revivification. Oh. Right, this guy can be revived. Seems so. He most likely died during care and was granted immediate gentle repose. However, he clearly did not have an RF, a revive fund, nor did he have family members with enough ready cash. Thank you. Thank you, Charisma. Revive fund. Revive fund, a type of life insurance. Monthly payments are made into an account that can be used to pay for the resurrection of the fallen holder, given they're under the age of 75, human scale. And resurrection, the act of returning a dead person back to life. There are many spells that do this, from a weak revivify to the legendary true resurrection. Revivify, a 3rd level necromancy spell. If used within 60 seconds of death and the body isn't too ruined, the target is brought back to life. Cool. Or perhaps he was just an unlikable fella. Who knows? Alright, fair enough. You cover up the corpse once more. Well, I mean, I already have. It's okay to loot him, right? I'll stop bothering the corpse now. Okay, so if we have a look at this questing tree here now, we now have 300 pieces. You encountered a corpse in the Lich House. It seems fresh and ready for revivify, though it would cost quite a bit of money to bring it back. Almost a month's rent. Alright then, maybe I won't. Okay, goodbye. Anyway, behold, an apple. We go and trifle this apple. Eat this apple. There we go. Get me to 3 HP. Perfect. Oh, and a letter. What's this? Behold, a divine shrine covered in apples. The Shrine of Earth. The runes fill your senses as you approach. The colour is faded. This monument is hollow, void of all life and divinity. And worse, it's covered in rotten apples. The sacred shrine left in this state is an insult to Earth and all its people. Indeed. Yet you are very much aware that this is not the worst you'll see. You'll have to fight hard to keep Earth's dream afloat. This city is lost, but it is not yet lost. How poetic. You're also aware this city is very much in need of change. Change from what? An honourable lifestyle? A peaceful city for humans to prosper in? Change from stagnation and a mire of decay? Earth's crusade brought triumph. The corruption brought after his fall is due to exactly that kind of filthy rhetoric. You're certainly allowed to be wrong in your opinion here. Remove the apples. It does not take long for you to move some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. A small improvement, but big in the heart. Can I pray here? To what exactly? So it's a waste of time. Yes, a waste. Nothing else. You may pray as you wish. Hello then, I'll kneel down at it. The shrine towers over you. To cast spells, you first must prepare them at shrines. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has a reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each cast expends 1 spell slot of the corresponding level. What? Can't I heal here through divine assurance or something? Yes? Possibly? The gods are kind to you. Do you think they care? If you want healing, you'll have to do it yourself. Bollocks, I removed the apples! Wait, no, that removed that. Okay, no, that lowered the DC. My god, it was a DC of 16? Well, you know what? You know, waste not, want not. Let's attempt to prepare healing. I got 1 nat 20. I can get another nat 20, right? 15! Oh, yeah. You focus your mind on Earth's symbol, his red eye, and you remember the words. Chant, watch upon me, Earth, shepherd of his folk. You're filled with a spirit of nostalgia and power. Let me pick up the burden. Lend me your strength. You feel reinvigorated. This is it. This is prayer of healing. Yes, indeed. Sadly, you're unable to cast 2nd level spells at this time, but it won't be long until you will be. Alright, let's so So I can prepare one spell, which I guess at this point can only be Cure Wounds, right? So there's my spell slots at the bottom left. Got 3 first level spots. I've got Cure Wounds as one. Not that I need it because I restored 8 health. Because I am great. Let's behold. This isn't yours, is it? There's trifle in this. Oh, 1 tattered cloak. +1 dex, -1 charisma. The cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. Oh. Please don't. This thing is disgusting. I'll weigh it in my hands. It is heavy. I'll wring out the water. The filthy liquid flows to the floor of the stony chamber. It is still quite wet. Should I wear this? No? Of course you should wear it. The hood is a perfect tool for any decent rogue and or ne'er-do-well. So what if it's a little damp? You have to wear it. But I'm not a rogue? Sorry, the word I am not a rogue is not in your vocabulary, actually. Please rephrase. That's not one word, though. So pedantic. So unrefined. Shut up. You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding. The cloak easily slips inside into the extra-dimensional space. With a satisfying slurp. I really love my pouch of holding. Yes, you are very lucky. This kind of magic can go upwards of 10,000 crowns. Crowns. The Norvician crown. The main coinage in Norvik. Norvician crown. The official currency of Norvik suffered heavy inflation during the years after Earth's passing. A meal is somewhere between 5 to 20 crowns. A cheap month's rent is 100 crowns. A spellbook is 50 crowns. An average salary outside the city is up to 300. Average salary inside the city is up to 500. And then Earth's passing. Earth's passing. The day your god died. Norvik used to celebrate this with fervour when you were little, as many fanatics believed he would return if they hosted a truly legendary feast. Earth's passing, drink and feasting, with family and friends, mostly used to ignore the darkness of winter outside. It's not yours, though. It's the city's. You can't just use it for anything. Oh, I was continuing here, haven't I? Yeah. Shut up. It's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. Now go and put on your cloak and rob some people. Reallocate some resources. Equipping items temporarily alters your ability scores. Right. So yeah, I mean, given my stats at the moment, if I put the cloak on, that reduces my charisma to 17, which gives me a +5 bonus, increases my dex to 16, which would then turn it into a +5 bonus. I think for now I want to just keep it there as is. Right, now what's this? A great mountain of apples. Yep, thank you. Come back here. Divine scripture where it does not belong. Well, let me trifle and pick up that. Memorized Shield of Faith. I had 2 spells on the first level, right? Surely. That's. But I can't. Oh no, I can engage with it still. So can I prepare Cure Wounds and Shield of Faith? There we go. Oh. I've just found a letter. A very important piece of paper. Alright then. Okay. I've also just realised I have not put on what I said I was going to put on, so I'm going to put it on now and just make sure it's actually there. Oh hi, I'm 45 minutes into this. Don't worry about it, it's just been there as if it was the entire time. Haha. So yeah, Yeah, in the middle of Esoteric Ebb. Don't worry about it. One voting card, minus 1 intelligence. I don't think... why would I? Alright. Can I zoom out a bit? Yeah, there we go. Can I go up these? I can. Spiral staircase, ancient architecture. Alright, cool. But what's this dude here all about? Oh, apples. A pile of apples. You stare at a pile of apples. Walk away if you know what's good for you. These apples are not in pristine condition. Should these be stored alongside corpses? No, it is a health hazard. Of course not. It's nasty. Well, whose apples are these? The only apple farm in Norvik would be the Goblin Garden. These apples are property of the HBWT. Okay, that's a Goblin Garden. Goblin Garden, a dwarven-built citadel, sitting at the northernmost tip of Tolstad. It is now a goblin sanctuary and greenhouse. Tolstad, a sprawling island fortress and one of the 5 districts in the city. It sits in the middle of the River Torna, home of Yor's Pillar, a sprawling tunnel network, and Water Lane, the greatest trade hub in Ascani. You are on Tolstad right now. Water Lane, the largest trade port in Norvik, located in a massive tunnel piercing the centre of Tolstad. It is a so-called marvel of dwarven engineering, and it's the reason so many people commute to Tolstad over the many bridges, considered as one of the great crafted wonders of the world. Norvik, the central city of Ascani, and the last bastion of humanity. It was founded upon the end of the Reconquest in 468 AE, exactly 70 years ago. The Reconquest, a historical event in Norvik, it began with Earth's landing in 466 AE and is said to have finished by 468 AE, when Earth finished eradicating the trolls who roamed in the ruins of Tolin Cattle. It is a point of contention that it should be called a Reconquest or just a conquest, as no humans had ever lived in the location before. Right, we're going to leave the pile of apples. We're going to say hello to this fella. Oh, he's a zombie. You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. Greetings, citizen. Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. There's a dead guy? Damn. Try not to get bit. What is your name, sir? He doesn't even turn to look at you. You're trying something here, smartass? This is a reanimated corpse. Probably a work zombie. Although it has been illegal to employ undead since the Bone Purge of 11. Bone Purge, a citywide effort in 11 PE to stop necromancers from outcompeting mortal staffed factories. Cool. Cool. I found this voting card over here. Is it yours? The zombie doesn't even grunt in your direction. He just keeps working. Slowly. You grip the voting card in your firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours. Keep it safe. The Free Strider Revolution will be good for this city, I think. Don't you? Oh yes, they'll bring the fortune of reeds to every corner of the coast. You've become a Free Strider. Gain 10 XP, 5 times 2 for choosing this political stance 2 times. Right, so I guess I am choosing to be a freestander and going on my dexterity checks. Reeds, one of the 8 bands along the coast. It is a temperate land of lowland and many lakes, commonly seen as the homeland of humans. Large portions are still cursed, holding entire undead cities, eternally burning valleys, and floating mountains. band. An esoteric divide splits the circular coast of Yor into 8 geographic areas, commonly known as bands. Each band has unique esoteric and natural traits and stretches from the coast to the infinite wastes. Yor, the name of our realm, also the name of the legendary wizard who created it. He died at the closing, at the end of the Gate era. Wizard, a book-learned arcane spellcaster, typically plays Yor's strings by memorizing and executing esoteric rituals and chants. Okay, so what were we at here? Oh yeah, we'll bring reeds to the coast. The zombie just keeps moving apples. Open trade with the free cities of reeds will make us all rich. The fleshy pink ball plank does not reply or counter your words. Am I boring you? The zombie carefully places another apple at the top of the pile. Should I defeat this zombie? That'd be pretty scary. You should probably speak with the owner first. Guy's not harming anyone. Honestly, he's probably a more productive member of society than you. No offense. Alright, fine. Well, I guess based on that we can't get past the zombie. So I guess we're... What's this? This one looks good. Well, fine. We'll take that one. There's nothing else around, so I guess we're going up the stairs. Intelligence. The air is cooling here. An esoteric effect. Well, up the stairs then. Thank you. You can see your previous dialogues in your journal. Visken's Lair, Upper Tolstad. Good morning, cleric. Behold, an empty pot. Engage with the empty pot. Looking inside, you find this pot to be empty. Must contain strange herbs or ashes. Or most. This one does not. There is fear. You must grow sturdier. You hedonistic fool. Pray the stomach dies and lets the mind work without its poisonous influence. Alright, well, we'll leave the pot alone then. Fair enough. What's this one though? This one's got mushrooms in it. Mushrooms. Probably edible. Trifle with the mushrooms. Zvomp extract. Okay, Zvomp extract does what exactly? Ah, it gives you 3 HP. Okay, cool. Well, we got ourselves another corpse. Behold, your fate one day. Trifle with the corpse. Some crowns and some incense. Incense. Easily burned spices and herbs can be used to recover first level spell slots. Sweet. The Red Eye of Earth. Your left his mark across the bands. Today, it is a universal sign of magic. Cool. Good to know. The stone slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. Ooh, behold. Wait. Is that? The Ruined Prayer Book. The book is ruined. Most of the pages, while dry now, have been completely drenched in salt water. It's absolutely and completely ruined. Only a few pages of the soggy brackenish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some type of undecipherable symbols. Ascani writing, of the most basic kind. Wait. Oh no. Someone has attempted to dry this to the best of their ability. No. No, no! By Earth. Fuck! This is your prayer book. So many hours wasted. You would have to rebind the whole thing. It is ruined. Oh, that'd be expensive. Let's get your hands on a new one instead. Okay, and that's another questing tree to the quest. Here it is. After your river adventure, your old spellbook is ruined. Find a service provider who can rebind it for you. Fix your ruined spellbook, damn it. Well, fudge. What else have we got over here? We got a tray of old incense. Some is still usable. Well, that's mine now. Got a book. A thick tome lies upon the iron slab. You flip the tome open. There are fine and handwritten pages scattered across the pages. You can read these symbols, but they are in Old Draconic Diminorian. Diminorian, the common language of man, spread across the coast during the Arcane era to become the lingua dominans in trade and politics. That'll be dominant language then, right? Arcane era, 511 years of rapid magical and technological growth, as well as the birth and death of the great human magocracies in Diminor, now Reeds, ended exactly 27 years ago. But I can then choose Diminor, the Arcane era name for the Reeds, often referred to as Old Diminor. The name was changed by Free Strider revolutionaries to mark the end of the old magocracies. Okay. Free Strider, the new way. People in the East have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years, the revolution has slowly creeped into the city. Now it's time to finally join the Free Cities and get rich. Free Cities, a collection of city-states in Reeds, all united under the golden banner of Free Striderism. Norvik will join them one way or another. Reeds, the leftovers, the centre of the Coast War which ripped the entire band apart. Today, it's a shining beacon of everything modern and pretty and new and so on. Coast War, a near century-spanning conflict between the great nation of the Arcane era. Scholars estimate it claimed more than half of the entire human population. It is said to have begun in 398 AE by the inciting spark of the assassination of priestess Ilona, and it generally agreed to have concluding with the fall of Phazon in 481 AE, 57 years ago. Phazon, the highest of the floating cities, centre of the Hagendas coalition, and captured essence of the nameless fourth apprentice of yore. It was the most esoterically powerful city in state in history, and famous for its shadowy 1,000 feet long tentacles that could be seen in the skies for 100 miles away. It fell in the year 481 AE. It was rebuilt, now on the ground, in the decades after. Hagen-Dim Coalition, the united magocracy of the Hagenshags and Diminorii. This was arguably the most powerful of the Arcanist states, said to rival the strength of the warfare during the Gate era conflicts. Their merger is considered one of the first bricks laid on the road to the Coast War. Gate era, a period lasting approximately 3,000 years. The first era, named after the many gates opened by Yor to connect his realm with all others, ended around 2,000 years ago, if you trust modern scholars. Cool, and we will continue with looking at this tome after I've had a short break. Okay, let's continue on with the whole idea of reading a book. Where did we leave it? Oh wow, we only got to like the tome, yeah. De Verbis Draconum, Ars Occulta. These words should translate into something akin to occult dragon speech. The author's name appears to be Calum Diminorii. Diminorii, one of the most powerful magnocratic families in Old Diminor, known for their reality warping artifacts and enchantments, spawned from the Drake Slayer King, Dug Duelin Dim. Old Diminor, a term for Diminor, often used to refer to the band before it was renamed Reeds during the end of the Coast War capitulation agreements. Some say it with sarcasm, some say it with pride, some say it with fear. Old Demonor. Today it's called Reeds. They changed the name because, well, the entire band was pretty fucked up after the Cold War. Oh, Cold War. Well, the world was pretty fucked up after that as well, but you know. Demonor. Anyone who uses this term for anything modern is either an anti-freeze strider or lives under a rock. So, could I translate this book? No. Not without many weeks of study. You are not trained in Draconic at the Towers. You skipped those classes. Why learn languages when you can just use magic? Right, I need to get my hand on comprehend languages. You do. It's highly annoying that you seem to have lost your memorization. Find a spell scroll. Maybe you could buy it somewhere. It's fairly common. Oh, well, alright, well, we'll leave the tome alone. It's nearly 9 o'clock and we've, Oh. What's this? A pocket watch. Yours? +1 intelligence, advantage in esoteric events. Well, let me just equip that for 1 more intelligence. Woo! What else have we got in here? Human cause no trouble. An unlocked chest full of strange rocks. Shard of Yore. Shard of Yore? They are. Spending dialogues to unlock dice checks. Okay. Oops, that means we engage. Ost. Or Ost. Chief of Security. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Master say you behave. You're adorable. The kobold glares at you. A battle of will. Do not give in. I'm going to glare back. Your eyes meet each other, still, ever vigilant. Keep glaring. The kobold does not move. Glare some more. Yep. You're staring at each other. You're doing it. Let's glare again. Eyes meet eyes. Glare! Glare! You're looking at a kobold's yellow eyes. Stare in an angry or fierce way. Looking hard. Leaning close to the kobold's stern face. You should probably stop this. The kobold meets your gaze and keeps meeting it. Yeah, I don't think we get anything more out of this. Fair? The kobold looks at you with a cold expression, determined, confident. I have some questions for you. Short question. Go. Where were you when the tea shop incident occurred? Incident? Tea shop blow up? Boom. Big boom? Big boom. When it happened, I was on Water Lane. On mission. What were you doing on Water Lane? Milk. Doing milk? Deliver. Oh, you deliver milk? Yes. Side hustle. This kobold just keeps getting better and better. Kobolds don't even drink milk. I want to know more. I want to know a lot less. Let's ask questions about the milk. The kobold stares at you. This milk situation is intense. Who buys the milk? Humans. Water Lane humans. They pay many for fresh milk before dawn. Side hustles are always smart. You should do a milk run later. It pays. Can I have some milk? No. Oh. Do you like milk? No. Oh, charisma DC 7. Come on. Right, so I basically just need to not roll a nat 1. 5. You smirk. A confident laugh. That was for I also don't like milk. Okay, you smirk. a confident laugh escaping your lips. You then turns towards the ceiling, smiling. I also don't like milk. Your comment has made a dent upon the world. This is why they should all follow you. You are a worthy leader. Win them over with lies and deceit. Control them through flattery and love. The kobold stares at you with awe in his yellow, expressionless eyes. Do kobolds produce milk? No. They are draconic in nature. They lay eggs. Okay, where does the milk come from? Cows. And where do you get the cow milk? Market. Okay, I don't have anything else to ask about milk. Okay. Thank you. You should totally find out more about this. Could be a big moneymaker. Maybe I should... Yeah, I'll ask who I am Ost. I am security chief in Lich House. Lich House, a mortuary. A holding space for dead bodies. During times of undeath, they are known to be heavily guarded. You are a kobold. Not question. Next. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's not a question. Quick, save it. Oh, fuck. Granted, I have a +4, so I only need an 8 or higher. But because I stared, I should have realised that I was going to get discoed here. Because I stared at him. Let's try it. We'll take a 13. Are you a kobold? Question 3. Am I a kobold? Yes. Better than nothing, I suppose. Okay, sweet. Alright. Human done with question? Kobolds. What are they good for? Manything. Shooting human for one. Okay, that's my single question. Can I ask something else? Okay. How'd you get this gig? Not gig. It's not a gig? I am devoted servant for master. Got it. He gives you an expression that could be described as a frown. That is, if it looked in any way different from his regular stony impression. You wouldn't actually shoot me, would you? No promise. It's hard to take you seriously when you're so cute. That's what crossbow is for. Thank you for your time, kobold. Alright, you know what? So we got another quest here. Questing tree. Oh yeah, milk run. Crown collection, coin capture, cash kidnapping. There are many ways to describe it. Get rich or die trying. The only way to do it is to obviously get this milk delivery gig. Try checking around Water Lane in the morning. Okay. Hello. Viscon. Local mortician. So I'd need... Right, so... Okay. More... Oh, intelligence. Ah. Wait, if I did this with... Sorry, if I did this with... Yeah, dexterity. Behold. 14. 18. That means... we know most stuff. Kobold, level 9 rogue. This one is quite hostile, stay on your feet. His expressionless eyes seem to watch at all times. He's obviously determining where to strike for you to die as quickly as possible. How humane. Usually kobolds are only dangerous in large numbers. This one appears extremely deadly on his own. Beware. Okay, so yeah, so I should behold people before... Obviously I don't want to trifle him. At least not without saving. We should make a new save file. Not yet. Titled Monday Stream. Items. There we go. So let's behold Viscon, local mortician. DC 15 for a lot of stuff. Okay. 17. Alright, we've got most information. He's a level 17 entrepreneur. The pale man handles corpses in a basement, a typical self-employed city contractor. You remember hearing about this man. He used to be a dentist and a surgeon. His study into the magical realm is immense, far beyond your capabilities. Well, I mean, look at that intelligence score. Man's got a 20. Far beyond some of these texts surrounds himself with would suggest he can cast 5th or even 6th level spells. Couldn't be higher, could it? Well, let's engage with Visken. The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms. Busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. On the top paper, you see an icon of a serpentine drake. A great perch. These are official documents of the city. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. I am Visken, local entrepreneur and proprietor of this lich house. It appears you don't really belong here, but if there is anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. He smiles at you. You can trust this man. Yeah, with a DC 7 failure, I don't think I can. Bow before this creature. His smile causes you to stir a deep telling of unease. It's almost as if it is almost there, but just not quite. Did you save my life? He puts down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing. However, I'm afraid to say you have been through quite the turmoil, cleric. You know what, tell me everything. Of course. It must be confusing. To tell you the truth, some fishermen brought you here last night. They'd caught you in their net, took you for a corpse. Not that I blame them. You weren't exactly in prime condition. Prime condition? You're always in your prime condition. You quite literally live in this filthy uniform. No wonder they thought you were dead. Wait, how did you end up in the river? Yeah, how did I end up in a river? I'm afraid I don't have much to tell. Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges to Tolstad? There are 7 bridges over River Torna connecting Tolstad to the rest of the city. Sounds like the start of a great drinking tale. The I woke up in a lich house tale. You don't have a lot of those, so that's good. I wouldn't... Perhaps there's an esoteric explanation to all of this? Perhaps. You would know, cleric. Who were these fishermen? River guilders, I believe. They did not look like poachers, so my guess would be that. So, where can I find these fishermen? He ponders your question. I did not ask for names, sorry to say. But perhaps Water Lane? That's just a guess. Good guess. Lots of boaters hang out there. Either that, or the local tavern. I hope you find them. Okay, I feel like that's a waste of time just saying so I am in fact alive. I have some other questions, I think. Do you now? Well, that's... -2 DC for knowing there's a zombie downstairs. There's a zombie in your basement. Oh, how quaint. Sure. Why is it there? Oh, we're closely connected with the city below. The undead seemingly wander around as they please. City below, short for the city below the city. A phrase used to describe the incredible amount of tunnels and ruins below Norvik. Lots of monsters and stuff down there. Also riches, if you delve deep enough. Monster, short for monstrosity. Defined as a non-sentient creature born out of magical means, often by combining various natural beasts, or from curses, or esoteric events. A quick movement in the lower left cheek. His expression actually changed. Don't trust his words. However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I pay good crowns for HWBT protection. HWBT, the Halfway Bridge tribe, commonly called the Halfways, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norfolk, and arguably the most influential despite their small size, led by Lady Miska Sateleaf, with their headquarter in the Goblin Garden on Tolstad. Goblin, short and green, got claws and fangs, little monsters. They've got 3 tribes in Norfolk and are considered somewhat civilized. Oh, so it's all a misunderstanding then. Good. Don't seem very cause that looks like that's a check or something, right? No, we're going. You don't seem very alarmed about this. A stray undead creature will cause no trouble here. He gives you a rare smile and turns to the kobold by the stairs. Isn't that right, Ost? Yes, master. Well, we kept moving apples down there. Oh? The apples? Fascinating behaviour. What do you mean, cleric? I'm not going to attack him. That's... You're doing something weird here. I don't like it one bit. I greatly apologise for putting you in this situation. It is my neglect that led to this undead creature entering the tower. I will make sure to tighten up security in the future. This isn't... Ost. We'll do a clean sweep of the basement this evening. Get ready. The kobold gives a screeched yell. Yes, master. I will also make sure to report this to both the HWBT and militia. He won't let you get a word in. Amazing. I'm trying to... Look, you're clearly doing something shady here, so... Of course, I'll be sure to ask for it for inspection by the PCG. PCG. Pest Control Guild. Pest Control Guild. One of the oldest guilds in Norfolk. They are supposed to keep monsters at bay and clean up any unwanted critters across the city. These days, they are so bogged down in requests from citizens in the city that they usually have backlogs for months. The Pale Man is twisting the entire situation. Smart. If there is anything unbecoming about my business here, it shall be uncovered and unveiled. Holy shit, he just keeps going. Thank you very much for your service, cleric. It is because of great men like you that the city stands. I'm sure a good word to your patriarch will assure a promotion of some kind as well, especially with this great work you're doing on the tea shop. This patriarch, a top clerical rank in Norfolk, different from Lord Patriarch, which is the traditional administrative leader of a city. Only about a dozen men currently hold the rank. They manage a select section of clerics each at the towers. So, especially with this great work you're doing on the tea shop, he's going around, he's going circles around you. It's time you step in. Time to step in. Argue. Argue! Okay, so DC 15 plus 6, that's a 9 or higher. Resist his incredible oratory power. 17 becomes 23. Focus on the main point. Illegal zombie. Go. Stop. I know what you're doing. The Pale Man opens his mouth to respond. The zombie did work on your property. He closes his mouth and looks at you. It was picking up apples. Or something. That's a violation of the bone purge, yes. I am aware. The Pale Man takes a deep breath. He reaches below into his desk and brings forth a pouch. An isolated incident. It will not be repeated. He hands 25 crowns to me. This feels like a bribe. This isn't a bribe, is it? Of course not, cleric. As a city cleric, you obviously have the ability to accept Dagsbota on behalf of Norvik. Dagsbota, dwarven for day fine. Some might call it legal extortion, but it really depends on the district. Violation of the Bone Purge Code, Article 4. In singular violation cases, a Dag's Border of minor class is issued. In relation to my status as a Tolstad business owner, that would be precisely 25 crowns. Ah, he's dealt with this before, huh? Now that this issue is behind us, anything else you needed? Yeah, I require assistance with some things. Of course, cleric. Anything for the city. You called me cleric. I did, yes. Because you are a cleric, don't make an ass of yourself. Too late for that. What gave it away? He stops for a second and glares at you. A heavily armoured man in Earth Guard colours with a prayer book on his hip. Thoughts land on the pages of spells you've meticulously worked on for years. They might have found you in the river, but you're clearly of city stock. I am indeed the cleric. Good for you. An example of that sarcasm thing mentioned before. Though I'd love to ask, what type of cleric are you? Type? Yes. If you're a clergyman, you might run a congregation for a local religion or deity. Then there are clerics of the bureaucratic variety. City officials speaking for the religious state. Rules are meant to be broken. You're not some stiff councilman. You are, however, must be an arcane cleric. Aren't we? Well, we're an unstable cleric. Yeah, you are correct. I am an arcane cleric. I figured as much when I saw your spell book. Or do you call it a prayer book? Either way, you clearly play your strings as much as you channel this divinity. Yours strings, the ley lines of esoteric power that holds the realm together. The Pale Man knows a lot of your training. Interesting. What do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. I mean, the guy screams necromancer, you know. If he knows more than you, then it could be useful to listen. My prayer book is ruined. Yes, I noticed. You should speak with Shen, down on Waterlane View, a bookbinder. It'll cost you, but he could fix it right up. As a cleric, you obviously only need your faith to cast spells, but I'm sure a spellbook won't hurt in the long run. Can you teach me magic? A slight smirk creeps onto his face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election, I could make time, if you're interested. Great knowledge awaits. Until then, you are free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the western wall. And of course, here. Ooh, Charm Person. Charm Person. A first level enchantment spell. If the target fails a wisdom check, you'll be their favourite person for a little while. Of course, after that, they will surely hate you. But who cares about that? Yeah, a copy of Charm Person. It will surely be useful to you. A truly diabolical spell. The towers teach it only to higher tier spellcasters usually, despite its first level. That's a great shortcut to charming people, although you gotta be careful with the fallout. If you care about such things. You know what, that's all I have to ask about spellcasting. Very well. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Ost. Sounds like good practice. Oh, sorry, sounds like good practice. I don't want to do that. In fact, it sounds quite awful. Fair enough. Just remember that spells are terribly useful when applied properly. I don't know where to go. I mean, I don't mean to tell you what to do, cleric, but there's a certain rumour that our local goblin chieftain is waiting for you. Goblin chieftain? Lady Miska Sageleaf is her name. She is down in the Goblin Garden. Of course you've heard of her. Lady Sageleaf is quite famous. She leads one of the 3 goblin tribes, exonerated by Earth after the conquest. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that one. Dragon of Tolstad added. They call her the Dragon of Tolstad. She sounds scary? She is. Treat her with respect, cleric. Lady Sageleaf is a powerful ally. I would even go so far as to call her de facto lawkeeper here on this island fortress. Fair enough. Wait, there's a part of the job? Talking with some petty goblin queen? You may find her at the southern tip of Tolstad, the pale man says, and keeps scribbling on his papers in front of you. He does not value your time. Well, that's all the help I need, thanks. Great. Anything else you wanted to ask? I'm going to go now. Before you do, make sure to collect all your belongings. He gives you a quick inspection with his dead eye. He gives you a quick inspection with his dead eyes. Too quick. Like he's trying not to show his interest. Weird. At least he's not hitting on you. Or would that be an improvement? What belongings? Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also a voting card? A peculiar voting card. Every party had been marked on it. I'm assuming it's yours. Yeah, sorry, I'm indecisive. The pale man ignores your comment. I asked Ost to lay the surviving pages of your spellbook to dry. Over there, he says, and points across the chamber. He then looks over to the corner of his desk where you took the pocket watch. Good. The esoteric pocket watch is quite useful, cleric. Make sure to keep it close. Beyond that, you should be good. Did I have any weapons on me? None, I'm afraid. They must be at the bottom of the River Torna. Got it. The pale man turns his face towards you and smiles. If only every government employee was as devoted as you, cleric. He gives you a stern expression. Good luck on your quest. Leave now. When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. One more cough. One more drink to try and stop the dry cough. To do so, either double click or hold the shift or the left trigger. Time to go. Leave. So we did pick up a... So our spellbook now has Charm Person. Which I guess we could prepare at some point as well. Obviously we've got the book, but it's -3 intelligence until we probably bind it. There were another set of books over here though, weren't they? Behold! No, too much reading. So many books. Basic manuals. Arcanist histories. Novels. Arcanist. The magicrats who ruled pre-Coast War human civilizations in Old Diminor. Also a very minor political party in Norvik. Some of them stand out to you as classics. It could be useful to refresh your mind. The books taunt you bookishly. Let's read Autobiography Prax by Lord Phileas Prax. A classic. You kept this book on your bedside table for years during your scribing years. Take a look at the first page. In these pages I shall endeavour to recount the journey of a mind born to greatness, a will tempered by the crucible of ambition, and a spirit bound to the relentless pursuit of the arcane. My name is Phileas Prax. Phileas Prax, a magicrat and arcanist of the highest order, led one of the long-lasting autocratic empires in Old Diminor and founded House Prax, most infamous for creating the Curse Lands. Curse Lands, 50,000 square miles, cursed to forever stand as an esoteric gateway to a pure negative energy plane. For scale, that's about the size of the entirety of the land today held by the Norvikian city-state. It goes on to make grandiose statements on his personal abilities of magic. Know this. I write not for the masses, but for the few who possess the clarity of vision to see beyond the veil of mediocrity. To them, I offer my life as a lesson and a legacy, that they might learn from my triumphs and avoid the pitfalls that lie in wait for the unwary. You remember the first chapters dealing with his youth, growing up in the roofless court of a rival house, the Hagginshags. Hagginshags, one of the most powerful magicrotic families in Old Dimenor, known for their potions and their necromancy, spawned from the seed of the Shadow Lord, a god and theocratic ruler of the Divine Era. The Divine Era, a period lasting 379 years, named for the birth of many walking gods around the coast, ended 538 years ago. How he struggles against relentless opposition and bullying. Power is not born of blood, nor inherited by the fortune of birthright. It is cultivated in the crucible of the mind, refined by the fires of discipline, and sharpened by the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let those who seek to rule first learn to kneel before the altar of wisdom, for it is there that true strength is forged. A glorious design. Let those who learn lead. Through merit and ability, through merit or ability, and nothing else. I really dig this idea. Of course you do. You're a wizard, after all. I mean, the world would be better if I ruled it like Prax did. Shit. Yes, it would. Flip through the pages. In the second half, Prax begins to talk about his early political career, the intricacies of magicratic bureaucracy, how he learned to play the game well enough for himself to reach a dictatorship as the youngest magicratic ruler ever. It's always hard to read a person through pages, but this dude is clearly dancing around his massive ego. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Impressive, even. The rest is mostly a collection of meditation surrounding magic and power. The Esoteric, in its purest form, is neither good nor evil. It is a tool, a force to be wielded by those with the intellect to do so. Yet, let us not be so naive as to think that power alone grants the one the right to rule. The Arcanist must also be a statesman, for the whims of unchecked magic can lead even the wisest astray. Govern with an iron hand, but let that hand be guided by the principles of reason and justice. Thus shall the state prosper, and thus shall the legacy of the magocracy endure. In the halls of power, the arcane shall be our shield and our sword. Yet, remember this, the Arcanist's duty is not only to himself, but to the state and its people. For in the endless pursuit of knowledge, one must not forget the price of ignorance. A vigilant mind is the guardian of civilization, and a vigilant state, the fortress of progress. Let no shadow fall upon our vigilance, for in the light of our knowledge lies the path to true dominion. Shield. Shield, a first level abjuration spell, can be cast as a reaction to raise an arcane barrier around the caster, protecting against the fiercest of blows. Okay. The final parts of the biography focuses on an even deeper and more rambling side of ruling. This is way too much reading. Why would you open a book then? Fair. Let's shut the book. You shut it, looking upon the title once more. Gained experience. Autobiography Prax. We put the book back. You know, let's look at Folk Tales by the Trill Sisters. Opening the Trill Sisters book shows you an index of several tales, many of which you've heard growing up. These stories shape reality, for the mind does not distinguish a tale from a real-life lesson. They are but the same. Out of the tales, the one you see the one you remember the most, the one about the gnome and the Titan. Titan, term for the gigantic creatures who first inhabited and shaped Yor's realm. Let's read a little in the large. In the old days, when dragons ruled the skies and titans wandered the earth, there lived a gnome named Abacus, known far and wide as a half-wit. Whether by fate or folly, he often found himself in the oddest of places, and so it was that he stumbled into a deep valley of Ascan. This valley was home to Karyamor, the Mist Titan, a colossal being with fur as thick as the ancient forests and limbs that clutched the very mountains. His upper body was hidden in, or perhaps made of, the swirling mist that filled the valley. But on this day, the valley was not the serene refuge it had once been. The air was thick with ash, the rivers ran black, and the trees stood as charred husks. Esuf, the ancient red dragon, had set the forests aflame, hoping to drive Kaimor from his domain and claim the fertile valley for himself. Esuf, the Red Dragon of Ascan, his rise to power through trickery and betrayal is legendary, as is his fall to Abacus the Half-Wit and the Mist Titan. Rumours say his spirit still haunts the ever-lit Burned Coast to this day. Burned Coast, a vast piece of coastline just east of Norvik. It is a charred area filled with volcanic activity and cobalt. It is one of many eternally cursed lands on the coast. It's nearly impossible to travel to Reeds via land because of this area. Okay. Kaimor was furious, from his great form trembling with rage as he searched for the source of the destruction. His eyes fell upon Abacus, who was wandering aimlessly, his tiny mind more puzzled by the sudden darkness than anything else. To think that the coast was filled with these beasts of yore at one point. They reigned harshly and wildly. But it's not hard to see why some preferred their chaotic dominance to the tyranny of dragons. Thrick Chum. Who dares bring fire to where none should come? Ashes taint my sacred mist. Speak, small one, lest you be missed. Abacus looked up, squinting through the fog, and scratched his head. Fire? No, I've no fire to share. No flame do I bring, nor ash to bear. For in the dark I see clear as day. 'Tis those who can't that need the flame, they say. Thrick Chum. What nonsense from your tongue does come? Who is it that needs this blaze, that blackens my mist and dims my days? Well, question thee, who needs a flame? To light their path and stoke their claim? Perhaps it is Esuf, the king, whose fires to your valley bring? Thrick Chum, the dragon's days are surely done. Guide me, gnome, to where he lies. Together we shall dim his skies. The story goes on to wax about the friendship sparked between this eldritch titan and the silly little gnome as they sought Esuf out on his throne. The ancient red dragon then falls to the titan's might after Abacus accidentally guides him to the correct location. One of those classic stories every child in Ascan is told growing up. It is important to remember that this is an oral tale passed down over generations. This is simply the shape in which it was written down. Who knows how exactly it functioned in its original state? You shut it, looking upon the title once more. Folk Tales. Right, it's nearly 10 o'clock. We've got to read Collected Chants of Norvik by Patriarch Pili. This is a printed edition of Pili's work, but still old. It came from the earliest Norvikian printers. On the first page, a short message is hand-scribbled in the corner. My belief lay in the collected humanity of Norvik. May you remember that from this collection, with honour and grace, Pili D. Is this a second-hand written message from the second patriarch? Sorry, what? Is this a handwritten message from the second patriarch himself? You feel faint. Are you even able to hold such an artifact? Fascinating. To think the pale man held such a treasure on his shelf. A Dream of Unity, Under Earth. The book begins with a lengthy essay about the foundation of Norvikian cultural values. It's really like a guide, if anything, on what a Norvikian person is, how their values come from various tribes in the old country, and how together they have formed something greater under Earth. The text directly explains how a new Norvikian culture will help the city grow and fight against inequity and injustice through unity, mainly by being generous and not hoarding wealth, among other things. A naive thought. Then, finally, it does touch upon the connection with dwarves as well, and how the Norvikian spirit is not contained within humans only. It is not just blood. It is sweat and tears as well. Those folk who unite us will not be seen as another. No, they too are Earth's folk. They too are Earth's god. That's a lovely sentiment. Indeed, this is something to live up to. Well, let's read Torna's lament. I went with you to foreign shores, my lord, my god. I pray you keep from harm the beasts, each shard a proof of your devotion. Thus I give myself to your folk. I give my life for a home at the river, in that sliver of land, to vanquish the beasts who roam, the evil who lair, the fires that burn, to build a life along the river. Every shepherd knows the song. It bellows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. It is your favourite. You shut it, looking upon the title once more. Collected Chants of Norvik. This is a really great book. It is. You do so, it fits nicely back into slot. This book does not deserve your toxic presence. If I had probably a better strength, I would be taking that for my own, wouldn't I? But if you were stronger, more capable, then perhaps you could have carried that weight. What? You really want the book. One day, it could be yours. This is very confusing. I'm just putting back the book. There's some issues with stealing going on here. Just ignore it. Let us forget this for now. Okay, well, it's now 10:02. I guess we better get moving. Voices upstairs. And the smell of salt. So, yeah, we ended up with this. It was this bit, Dragon Tolstad. You're here on request of Lady Sage Leaf, a goblin chieftain in Tolstad. Go see her right away. She's in the Goblin Garden at the southern tip of Tolstad. So I'm noticing with this sort of quest thing, it does show us. River take ye. You were brought to the Lich House by some fishermen, but how did you survive your plunge into the river? So, I believe I'm a wizard and a cleric, but I definitely believe... cleric strength checks, though. Maybe I should probably consider myself to be more of a... maybe I should be a rogue. But I'm a free strider anyway. That's something. We have that at least. Well, behold the smell of salt. Okay. All right. We are in Tolstad. Anything in here? Oh, incense. Okay. The ends are torn. It's a stretch to even call it a cloak. Please don't put it on. Yeah, fair. So if I complete quest branches, I'll get more stuff here. So we got ourselves... Oh. Men at work beneath Asgal's green banner. We do have a couple of people we can talk to here. Let's behold Simi and the boys. Ooh, charisma check. Oh yeah, charisma check. Come on. What could go wrong? Oh, 25. Dwarf exile. Level 2 factory worker. Neutral good. A devoted Asgal gives everything he has to support the cause. A second son kind of person. Lives in the shadow of greater men. Follows the Asgal way not due to choice, but due to indoctrination and tradition. He wants to live up to someone. His father, a patriarch. Simi, the right-hand man of Alphaz, wants to be his own man, but simply cannot. Not just his own skin, but those who depend on him and his eternal devotion as well. It's painfully difficult to dislike him. Around the amphitheatre scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag. The banner of Asgal, the fool. One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow. Oi, Mr. Cityman, he calls you out as you approach. We've made it clear already, we're not moving. Not one bit. I am not doing any Scottish accents. It's not happening. He shoots you a shit-eating grin. What's going on here? Just working. The boys will be done soon enough. You hear the other dwarves laughing behind him. Nothing illegal going on here. Nothing at all. Nothing illegal, huh? We have the papers. Nothing illegal. Nothing at all. Oh, at all. This might be one of those kind of illegal but also not sort of situations. One of the older dwarves spits on the ground next to him. You even know who you're talking to, child? This here be Alphaz of the Barn Embers, a foreman in the Asgalist movement of Norvik. Asgalist. The workers who built this city want to rule it. Seems only just. Their vision is of a fair and even society, where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share? He's done more good than all of you Earthguard combined. True speaker for Asgal. Okay, sure. I have some questions for you lads. Yeah, I'm all ears. He gives the older dwarf the stink eye. Dwarf, stout, short, hairy, loves to dig and build. You know the drill. Drill. They built most of Norvik and have a long history with the Earth folk. Earth folk. The people of Earth. The ancestors of those who conquered the Asgani coast. True mythological heroes. Okay. Yeah, so older dwarf the stink eye. Don't mention the whole noble thing. It'll just piss him off. Unless you want that. You boys setting up a play or something? A play? We're holding a rally for the cause. This evening, workers across Tolstad will gather to hear the word of Asgal. He turns towards the orc, and no one's gonna stop it. Orc, big brutes of devilish origin. They're rare in Norfolk. Most of them can be found in Feltire. Feltire, one of the 8 bands along the coast. A land half ruined from millennia of warfare. Its red lowlands stand for a quarter of all the food production on the coast, all flowing from the trade ports in Blood City Bay. The name Feltire either originates in Orcish as High Place, or Bad Fort in Infernal, or Hill Land in Goblin. It is hotly debated. Well, let's learn about Blood City Bay. Blood City Bay, the most populated city around the coast, built upon the corpse of Gregorian the Great and Terrible. A sprawling mess of wooden walkways and buildings carved out of the calcified remains, once famous for its fleet of airships deployed during the Coast War, known as the origin of the Industrial Revolution, and while New Thazen has overtaken it as the leader in manufacturing, it still stands as one of the most industrious city-states. Okay, and Gorgorian, a devil second in line to rule the deepest layer of hell. Legends say he was presented with a deal. Conquer one measly pocket dimension and in exchange he would be granted the throne. A millennia of fighting orcs, elves, several walking gods later, his corpse is now used as the foundation for Blood City Bay. Okay, so it turns out no one's going to stop it. Mm-hmm. You hear laughing coming from across the theatre. Papers, Alphonse. He grumbles and turns back to you. So, what do you want? Well, what's the problem here? Where to even begin? So, it's forenoon. I get the lads together, and when we arrive, that accursed woman is standing there. The dwarf shudders. She starts complaining. He reaches for something in his pocket and takes out some documents. We show her the papers. And the papers are no good, she says. Bah. Real convenient, I say. Now, there's nothing wrong with these papers. We are in our rights to speak out against tyrants and burghers. Burghers. Borgar. The craftsmen, merchants, and notably high-standing citizens in comparison to those of rural roots. They sure are playing a game they can't win. Check the papers. Surely the dwarves have screwed up somewhere. So, she's wrong about the documents? Of course she is. She's a liar, that one. A filthy liar. Alvaz nods and grunts. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. Can I see the papers? He gives his companions a glance. Why? Well, okay, +3, so 5. Okay, come on, I've got a 75% chance of beating this. I'll take a 22. Just tell him that you're an expert and that you're on their side. I'm an expert. Are you now? Yes, also I'm on your side. He repeats, louder. Are you now? Now hit him with, I'm your best shot of getting out of this. The dwarf grumbles. His eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. The dwarf sighs and grabs something in his pocket. Sweet. He hands over the scroll. I trust you with these documents, city man. Oh boy, if you hand those to the orc, this could be all over right now. Tell us we're in the wrong. I dare you. Because we're not. The old dwarf joins in. Take a step back and check it out. Let's see what is actually going on here. And you can examine your certain items in your inventory to access unique dialogues. Okay, I'll take a look. I forgot to behold this man. Oh, Constitution, I ain't gonna know shit. 14, we got some information. He's a dwarf exile. He stands by his ideals with gut and little else. A push will earn his respect. That is his way. Alright, so we also got, what was the quest we did here? Yeah. Circle Square conflict. Alphaz says they have the legal right to hold their rally. An orc and a bunch of dwarves are in a deadlock. The dwarves want to hold a rally and the orc is sent to stop them. Alright. Well, let us have a look at the papers. I can't examine anything else, it is just those, isn't it? A formal permission of public gathering. It contains a lot of legal nonsense, making it difficult to parse. It's quite light. Some kind of magazine paper? Unrolling it reveals a short statement about a political party at the Circle Square. Magazine, a periodical publication generally containing short stories, adverts, investigative journalism, and or erotica. Okay, so political rally... Permission of public gathering accepted, it says in big letters at the bottom, followed by a signature. Tolstad Magistrate Nicholas Darrow. Darrow, one of the original Earth folk houses to found Norvik with Earth. Their bloodline can still be found in high positions all around the city. The actual text uses an archaic and typically bureaucratic writing style. Okay, so as long as I don't critically fail this. Take a 20 yesterday. Dirty 20. You scan the text again, checking for phrasing, spelling, and terminology. It is perfect. Not a single error. Except the date. It says their rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. The document is perfectly legal, but it is expired. Oh. Yeah, it is expired. Have I seen this document before? Yes, often. In your scribing duty, you've signed these a number of times. I don't like it. Oh? How come? Because it's a legal document? Duh. Seems off. Fascinating. So, I have to wrap this up now, but we are in a situation where it's a shame. Dwarves have decided they've forgotten how to count. Oh, that's a shame. I'm going to have to piss someone off. But, that pissing off will happen in another session, so I am going to save this now. So overwrite items. This was fun. I'm going to carry on with this for the next few not yet titled Monday streams. But for now, it is time to go. So until next time, peace out.